Ladies and gentlemen, I had planned to speak to you tonight to report on the State of the Union, but the events of earlier today have led me to change those plans. Today is a day of mourning and remembering. Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the Shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all of our people, all of the people of our country, and this is truly a national loss. 19 years ago today, almost to the day, we lost 3 astronauts in a terrible accident on the ground. But we have never lost an astronaut in flight. We have never had a tragedy like this before. And perhaps we have forgotten the courage it takes for the crew of the shuttle. But they, the Challenger 7, were aware of the dangers. But they overcame and did their jobs brilliantly. We mourn 7 heroes: Michael Smith, Dick Scobie, Judith Rancic, Ronald McNair, Ellison Onzuka, Gregory Jarvis, and Krista McElfee. We mourn their losses as a nation together. For the families of the 7, we cannot bear, as you do, the full impact of this tragedy. But we feel the loss, and we are thinking about you so very much. Your loved ones were daring and brave, and they had a special grace and that special spirit that says, "Give me a challenge, and I'll meet it with joy." They had a hunger to explore the universe and discover its truths. They wished to serve, and they did. They served us all. We've grown used to the wonders of this century. It's hard to dazzle us. But for 25 years, the United States space program has done just that. We have grown used to the idea of space, and perhaps that's why we forgot that we have only just begun. We're still pioneers, and the members of the Challenger crew were just that, pioneers. I want to say something to the school children of America who are watching the live coverage of the shuttle's takeoff. I know it's hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future does not belong to the faint of heart. It belongs to the brave, and the Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we will continue to follow them. I've always had great faith and respect for our space program, and what happened today does nothing to diminish it. We don't hide our space program. We don't keep secrets or cover things up. We do it all in front of the public, and that's the way freedom is. We wouldn't change it for a minute. We'll continue our quest into space, and there will be more shuttles. There will be more shuttle flights, more shuttle crews, and yes, more volunteers, more civilians, and more teachers in space. Nothing ends here. Our hopes and our journeys continue. I want to add that I wish I could thank every man and woman who works for NASA or who had worked on this mission and tell them, your dedication and professionalism have moved and impressed us all for decades. And we know of your anguish, and we share it. There's a coincidence today. On this day, 390 years ago, the great explorer Sir Francis Drake died aboard a ship off the coast of Panama. In his lifetime, the great frontiers were the oceans, and a historian later said, he lived by the sea, he died on it, and he was buried in it. Well, today, of the Challenger's crew, their dedication was like Drake's, complete. The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us all in the manner of which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them this morning as they prepared their journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. Thank you. President Ronald Reagan, January 28th, 1986.